Hi. In a previous video, I talked about Dan Pink's theory of intrinsic motivation. Now you may remember the three components of intrinsic motivation. We talked about it being a MAP, M-A-P, mastery, autonomy, and purpose. I've had quite a few discussions offline and been asked to look at each one of them in a bit more depth. So today I'm going to cover the first of the three, which is mastery. So remember, intrinsic motivation is what motivates all of us from the inside out to do our best work, to stay really engaged and motivated in our employment and in our careers. And mastery is the first key. And what do we mean by mastery? Well, first of all, it starts with an aspiration to master your role, to become the best possible version of you in that role. When you think about what that takes, you may be in a role at the moment and thinking, well, actually, I'm doing okay. How do I get better? The reason I call out aspiration is because in my business, what we talk about is becoming world class. How do we ensure we are a world class organization? And what that does is it starts to set a level of expectation and aspiration for myself and the organization to become absolutely the best in the marketplace. And when you think about becoming the best in your marketplace, it inspires and drives a level of commitment. And so if we look at mastery specifically, there are three key things you can do to really start to make a step change in the way you consider how effective you are at your role. The first is to ensure that whatever training is available, that you have been trained in the best way possible. So conduct training, find training, seek out the right references around training for you in that position. The second is then to find a mentor. And a mentor is not your boss. A mentor is someone that is the best at the job you do. Someone that is absolutely considered the best in the marketplace or the best in your field. Seek out a mentor and spend some time understanding how they operate, the things they do on a regular basis, how they set goals, how they think about themselves in that role. Then the third piece is to get yourself a coach. Now this could be your boss. So if you have a manager that is committed to your development and will help you to develop yourself and your skills, what you need is coaching. And I'll talk a little bit more about coaching in a future video. Then there are three principles that I learned years ago around developing yourself, and they're called the 70-20-10 rule. And what that refers to is 70% of your time, or your development rather, will happen as part of on-the-job learning. 70% of your time. The next 20% will be gained through mentors, coaches, working with someone else that might help you with your network to improve your skill set. And the final 10% may be the training element. So I get 10% of my time that I invest in training, research, structured development. The remaining time actually is all about application on the job or working with other people. And then the final piece is a coaching model. I'll talk more about coaching, as I say, in another podcast. But there is a really simple model for self-development and to generate a growth mindset in yourself. And it's a simple series of questions asked in the right order. And it's called the Win, Learn, Change model. And specifically those three questions. What went well and how did I win is the first question. What did I learn and what will I change? And the reason those three questions are asked in that order is because the first question actually makes you feel good, gives you a hit of dopamine or serotonin so that you are open to a discussion about how you've performed. The second specifically is what did you learn? So I know what went well. What did I learn alongside what went well? And then the final piece, once you've learned something new, actually change becomes something that you would want to drive as a result of what you've learned. So that's a really simple and effective way to look at mastery and how you start to develop mastery in yourself. And if you're a leader, how you can help your teams to understand that there is an opportunity to further develop themselves and really focusing on mastery, safe in the knowledge that it's one of the 3 keys to intrinsic motivation and helping people to really connect with their roles and their own engagement. As always, I hope that's useful. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this video. Please feel free to reach out to me. If you like the post, then please like it. I'd love to hear your comments, as I say, and if you would share it with somebody that you think would gain value, I'd be very grateful for that too. I look forward to seeing you on the next video from the Leadership Success Series from Focus for Growth.